Welcome to the Open House podcast where women talk real estate. I'm Kristina Moderis.
And I'm Steph Douglas.
Hi.
Hi. We just saw Barbie together. That was my second time, and Christina's first, and it's so good.
It was so good. Oh my gosh, I feel like I forgot about that for a second.
Did Eric liked it? I know he said that he liked it, but I also was public about if you don't like it, then it's a red flag.
I feel like we haven't had time to like really decompress with that. Or decompress? What am I trying to say?
Debrief.
Yeah, debrief.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Decompress. Debrief. Yeah, I know. He did like it. He liked it. But we haven't we need to have like a conversation about it.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I think it's so funny because it was making fun of, I think like lightly making fun of like men in general, but I think like I do a lot of those things too. Like when they were like, just pretend like you're bad at a sport and they'll show you how to do a sport. I want to teach everyone how to do sports.
That was killing me. I was like, it's so true that if you're just like kind of struggling at anything, a dude will come over when you're playing a sport, and he'll come over and be like, "Oh, let me help you." And you're like,
exactly. You know how many times I've been in Home Depot and like,
oh yeah,
I'm not even visibly struggling, and sometimes I appreciate it, honestly.
Yeah,
but
honestly, especially in Home Depot, because like I never know where the workers are. Like, where are all the employees?
Yes.
They just kind of disappear when you need something.
Home Depot's gone downhill.
Yeah.
But then, and also we have registered for a pickleball tournament.
I'm nervous. Oh my gosh. I'm nervous.
It's going to be really funny. And I'm excited. I want to do that more. I want to like join. I want to play pickleball in a structured way. I'm very excited.
Yeah. I want to play more because I need to get better. I feel like I just need to make less, it's just about making less errors. I just make a lot of mistakes. And when we were in Florida, we played, there's like open court, and we went to go play a couple times, and they were good. I was like, wait, I need to maybe play with, well, you don't want to play with someone who's like way better than you. It's very frustrating.
Like slightly above. We should just all go play a lot more. It's just so easy. The only problem is all the courts are.
Yeah.
I mean, Rosewood though, we can get in. I don't know. Pickleball, if you haven't heard of it, you definitely have. It's the fastest growing sport in America, and so the courts in Austin are always
sounded like an anchorman when he's like, it's this new sensation called yogging. I think it's a silent J.
I know. If you haven't heard of it, it's sweeping the nation. It is though. Like, we go every time, and there's like so many people there. Last time I was there, someone was playing tennis, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, what are you doing? Weird.
It's so novel. But yeah. Anyway, okay, what else do we have to update people on?
Okay, so our workshop. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one coming up. We host a homebuyer workshop every month. It's taught by our agents. It's a great opportunity. I would say even if you're not a first-time homebuyer, it's a great place to meet our realtor team. And they're they specialize in investor-minded techniques. So they'll kind of go over that during the presentation, and then after you can go ask them your questions. And then, I think it's just a great opportunity to even if you've already bought a house, just kind of remember some of those things that you might have forgotten.
Yes. And it's just so low commitment, but also getting your head kind of in the game. Yeah. It's a really nice way to be like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and absorb this. And if other people have questions that I didn't even know I had, I can learn from that too.
Yeah. And we really go over, we specialize as a brokerage. I don't know anyone else who does this, in creative house hacking strategies. And we go over our client success stories. So we just had one today where we had a client buy for under $200,000 or $200,000 with a home buyer program. And it's still possible. Like it's still possible to do. And a lot of times like people will just like Google things and think that they can't do it. But you know, talking like we try to make this such a welcoming and inviting environment. So, you know, just come and ask questions. No question's a dumb question, especially in real estate.
Yes. And before you rule it out, like by doing one Google, do a little bit more research, because it could be possible for you even sooner than you think. Like most people have a goal of buying a house, you know, in the next 2 years or 3 years. But we talk to so many people who are saying that, and then they're like, and this is my situation. And we're like, no, like you're ready if you want to be ready.
Yeah. They say they probably say 2 to 3 years because they're like, that sounds doable. Like it's in the future, but also
kick the can.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Kicking the can. Speaking of, kicking of the can, we, so our water at our retreat house has been like low pressure. Like we have a well over there, because it's kind of by Valente, like Lake Travis area. And we're kind of in a drought. So we were like, oh no, are we going to have to like, you know, spend all this money to get a storage tank for water? And then we'd been kind of kicking the can down the road. And then we just like hired this company, and they went out and they were like, oh, you just need a new filter. We were like, wells have filters? Like it was like a sediment filter. And he was like, yeah, we just fixed it. Now the pressure's better. And we were like,
it's so wild. It is a lesson, because we have neighbors that we share the well with. They're old. They're retired, and they've lived there for years. And I've talked to them about a bunch of times because we share the well. And then me and Kristina texted like, hey, is there anything that we can do? And they're like, nope, like there's nothing we can do.
This is
like
just how it is.
Yeah. And we had those people out. Kristina like set it up, but they went out there so quick. And then they were like, yeah, you just need this new filter. It was very frustrating. So yeah. And like that's been happening to me a lot lately. Like we have a filter. It's always filter freaking related, but we have a water filter at our house that we bought over a year ago, and it's been needed to be replaced. And finally I replaced it. It took like 2 minutes, and our water's so much better. It's like, Jesus.
It's those little things you put off, like me paying any kind of bill, and then I'm like, oh shit, like I gotta pay this.
Yeah.
Like,
and you have to pay the late fee, and so this is your sign right now to just like go do it.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, so this episode that we're doing today, it was kind of inspired because I started doing these favorite thing parties where I didn't make this up. It was like on TikTok that I saw it, and you essentially like have your friends over and everyone brings 3 of the same thing, but 3 like of one of their favorite things. And I haven't done like a theme. So we've had very random stuff. Like Steph, what did you bring?
I brought 3 dry brushes, and dry brushing is like something you do before the shower to help your skin cells, you know, like what is it called when you're taking the skin cells off? Like, oh my God.
Exfoliate, yeah.
It exfoliates. It like helps the lymph move around. It helps the cellulite.
The lymphs.
Like that. Yeah, exactly. The lymphs, you know. But it's been a really nice routine for me, and so I was like, this will be nice, and people liked it, and people brought like lip stuff and cookbooks and moisturizers. It was so cool.
It was very fun. So I was like, let's do a favorite things real estate edition, kind of. I threw in some other questions for us too. Some of them I know I came up with these questions, but some of them I couldn't answer. But we'll get into it and see how this goes.
Yes. Okay. So should we do it?
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. So question number 1: favorite property that you own.
Okay. So mine is definitely, it has to be the house I live in right now. It's like we were just talking about like what we would do if we, you know, won the lottery. We just played the Mega Millions.
Same. Everyone's doing this. It's like times are tough. Everyone's like, okay, wait. Sorry, a little sidebar. Did you know that Nat Cosette told us this, there is a app. There is now an app for the lottery.
For the lottery? Oh,
because you know you have cash. So you can just like, no, the app Don't need cash.
Oh no.
I don't know if I trust it all the way, because I'm like, wait, who is this private company? And would they just like steal your money? But it's an easy way to play the lottery.
Right. I mean, it was 1.5 billion. I think someone won it in
Really?
Florida. I think, I don't know. I need to don't.
Wasn't us.
It was
Love
not
how
us.
we're all playing it. It's
It's
really
so funny.
embarrassing.
I've never played it before.
Even
like,
people
ever.
who plan for their futures and invest and all that,
Yeah.
still playing the lottery when times are tough.
Exactly. It's so funny. But we were talking about it and we were like, we wouldn't want to move from this house. We would probably like do a couple upgrades, put in a pool. Like, we just love the location. We love I don't know. It's not anything that special either, which is kind of wild. It's just like a nice flow, like the front yard into the backyard. It's like, we love it.
Oh, wow. I would move.
I know. Yeah. I know, I guess 1.5 billion, maybe.
I mean, are you serious? $1 billion? I mean, I do like your house, but like
yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I don't know what I do. I don't know. It sounds like just a liability, but then you just pay someone to move. Like, not a liability, just like more time. You have to pack things up.
I know.
You have billions of dollars. You don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
We hire people.
We turned the back studio into Alan's movie theater. Just like rip it all apart, and it's his screening room.
Turn the whole house into a movie theater.
Yeah. Seriously.
Oh, gosh. I don't even know if I would want $1 billion. Like, what? Who needs that anyway?
No one. Yeah.
Really gone on a tangent.
Yeah. What's your favorite property?
My Florida house is my favorite property. My sister and I own a house in Florida, and it's been so nice. It's so nice to go, and like every time we go there, like my sister will text me and she's like, we're just so lucky we have this house. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Goes to show that like, if you start planning something, it doesn't matter if it takes like years and years. We had been like, we want to buy a house. We were like, I don't know, I was probably like 26 or 20. Yeah, something like that. And I was like, okay, yeah, we both were like, we want to buy a house in Florida. And we just started like talking about it a lot and like saving money, planning for it. And then like started looking. And 2 years after we made that like goal, we did it.
So cool. So. It's also like there's the fact that you grew up going there. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's just like very special and more possible than people think.
Yeah. It's so crazy. I think it just is like, whoa, it was possible. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that was the crazy thing.
I love it.
Okay. Next up, favorite real estate book or resource that you'd recommend to newcomers. Wow. This was in the field. that was definitely from ChatGPT. Yeah. So the first one wasn't. I did that one. This one was ChatGPT. So favorite real estate book or
Okay, well, I have two. First of all, openhouseaustin.com. I mean, that was kind of a joke, but it is like there's so many resources, so many you can learn so much. But really, before I started, buying real estate, before we started Open House, I read, and again, like this guy who wrote it, Robert Kiyosaki, he's like not, I don't know, whatever. This book is what changed my life as far as real estate goes. But Rich Dad Poor Dad. Mm-hmm. There's been some he's a
problematic man.
He's a problematic, thank you. But it's just like the concepts it really like turned something in my brain to help me figure out that I wanted to pursue like financial freedom through real estate.
Yeah, that's fair. And honestly, like when we were looking into this, there wasn't something like us that existed. And I will say, like, the other day tried to get on Bigger Pockets because I know both of us also got on that website. It is, no offense to them, but it's like chaotic on there. Like I couldn't navigate it. I was like, what is going on? There's like too much going on here. It was so overwhelming for me. And I'm like,
I'm in
the field. But yeah, so even like the Rich Dad Poor Dad, like I'm sure like we would read it now and maybe we'd be like, meh. But that's like when you first start out I was that with I was going to move on to mine if you were done.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say like, well, actually never mind. But yeah, I think like when you get started, it's really, you have to like be in a right mindset. You have to be in the like
Yes.
it really, you have to work on yourself first. So for me, I don't think there was like one book for me, but I do want to share like what I did when I first started. I just started going on walks and listening to lots of books and podcasts that would help me be a better listener, more organized, more confident, and get me excited about what I was doing. Like I just needed to start there from where I was. And then podcasts that taught me a little about, like I would listen to podcasts that would teach me a little bit about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so that would increase my confidence with talking to like lots of different people, because I was getting into real estate and I was like, I need to be confident with like contractors and like realtors and like all these people that I already feel really intimidated around. So I did used to listen to the Tim Ferriss podcast. And I also read his book, The 4 Hour Work Week. So that helped me at the time. Again, I don't know if I read that now, if it would resonate the same, but at the time it did help me.
Yeah.
And then I went on forums and I tried to meet women to reach out to, because it really was hard to find anyone like in that space. Who was a woman. And then I listened to the Hidden Brain podcast, and I read The One Thing, this book that like encouraged me to get an accountability partner. All those things together really helped me in the beginning.
Yeah. It's so funny that we're talking about this. There weren't women in this field when we started. Like I'm sure that there were a couple women, but like it just wasn't prolific, and it wasn't something that was in our purview. So a lot of the things that we listened to were by men, which is why I'm glad that we're here. And like, I'm glad that other women have started to do this. And like, you're seeing it on social media, you're seeing people not only investing, but like doing construction and doing DIY stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is good because it was really hard. That's how we found each other.
Yeah.
Like just seeking that out constantly, seeking out women or like-minded people. Okay.
Yes.
This one I struggled with because I was like, are there hidden gems? There are. Anyway, what's your favorite hidden gem neighborhood in Austin, and why do you recommend it?
Okay. This is, I don't know that we've even talked about this. I probably have brought this up, but there is a neighborhood. It's in zip code 78753. It's east of 35, and it's this pocket of houses that are all on month named streets. So like there's January, February, March, like all of the different months. And the neighborhood's called the Four Seasons, which is really funny because that sounds like that fancy hotel.
Yeah.
And every single house is on a huge lot. It's all like mid-century, like beautiful houses, and they're older, obviously. And like a lot of them aren't fully renovated because it hasn't popped off yet. So it's in Northeast Austin.
I wonder if that's where my client Adriana was, because I was like trying to look her up. I worked with this girl so long ago and she's awesome, her and her partner, and I was like, this neighborhood's so cool, and I was like trying to find it.
That's it.
Is
I
that it?
went there. Remember, I went there.
Oh,
because
yes.
Yes. That's where she lives. That's so funny.
That's really funny because I was going to say the same one, and I was trying to find it yesterday. I was like, where was that? Because it was just like a little like hidden pocket, and they got such a cool mid-century home.
Yes.
And it was a huge lot. I wonder, I need to like reach out to her because I haven't seen her in so long. But yeah, same. Okay,
so
didn't know
funny.
that's what it was called.
Yes, it's small. It's like there's just not that many houses there. But every time I see a house that pops up there, I'm like, oh, it's not. I mean, it's also when you think about cities. I'm from Houston. Everything is an hour away. These places that are like quote unquote not central are still like literally 9 minutes from downtown. Like this neighborhood is like 3 exits up the freeway.
Yeah, it's very true.
Okay.
Cool. Let's see. Oh, favorite client story.
Favorite client story. Okay. Recently, I've loved the, we call them the energy healers. We did tell them that we called them this, but they were 3 women who couldn't necessarily figure out how to buy on their own. And they each had their own like specific business that they, that they practice from home. And they've lived together before, and they've kind of like, one of them has a kid, and they all bought together, and they want to turn their house into this like magical space for hosting and for like doing their business. And I believe that they'll do it. Like, they're so inspiring and so positive. And we had them on the podcast, so there's an episode about them.
Yeah, we'll link that for sure. Yes, they are. That's such an inspirational story, and I want more people to do it. I'm like, come to us if that is something you're into.
Yes.
We're trying to attract all the people who want to buy with their friends.
Yeah.
And we have a mini course on it, so it's free. Go on our website. It takes the videos are like 5 minutes long.
Yeah,
it's very helpful.
What's yours?
Okay.
Your favorite client story?
Mine was with a client. Honestly, like the recent one, I love hearing about the people who are buying with the home buyer programs. So I don't know if you know, well, I know you know, but like people listening, Mueller is such a inspiring community. I want there to be more. I don't know if you guys read the Impact little newspapers you guys get every month, but this July was about real estate. Actually, I'm going to give this to Holly I'm going to tell her to like pull some of these things to put on Instagram for everyone. But they were talking about how Mueller started, and it was it was a long process. Like, it used to be the airport, and then there was just like this group of people advocating for it to be turned into affordable, like a very community oriented neighborhood and community with like walkability, affordable homes. So this is, I don't know, wish there was more of that. But anyway,
yes,
we've had many clients buy in Mueller with their affordability program. So you can buy essentially, I had a client who bought in Mueller a 4-bedroom, 3-bath townhouse for under $200,000. And yeah, obviously there's some restrictions, like you can't get a lot of appreciation or anything.
I think they capped appreciation at 2% a year.
Yes,
which
it's
is
2%.
Obviously, but the cool thing about that is that it's being passed on to the next person. Like, it's not because they're keeping it and then the community is going to get that appreciation. Mm-hmm. When you list it, because Alan just had a listing that was affordable, you have to list it at a certain price, and it's way below what everything else is worth because it's
mm-hmm.
affordable, but you have to qualify.
Yeah. So I think those are those kind of stories are the most inspiring. And I've also helped a client who came to our community meetup last month. Her name's Jo, and she bought across from Hank's. If you guys don't know what Hank's is, it's like a restaurant in kind of near Mueller, but it wasn't an affordable housing program. It was just this condo, and she bought it for like $1 something, and we were searching for forever, but it was worth, like, we did it. And this was like a while ago, so I don't know if that, I mean, it might exist still, I don't know but
I know it's so cool that you can really shape your home buying process around like what you need. Like, she wanted something that was all her own, and so she went like the condo route where she didn't have to pay as much. Mm-hmm. And then these women that I'm talking about, their house was, I think, in the 700s. Mm-hmm. And because they all pooled their resources, that wasn't a crazy stretch for them. That was like very doable. Exactly. And they all share the expenses, they share the utilities, they share the taxes. And so it's cool that you can kind of like, it's build your own process.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to do it. And if you buy with multiple people, you can get more space. You can get what you want, like more of what you want if you're working with other people. So this is a very true statement. Okay, yes. Favorite way to invest besides real estate?
The favorite way to invest is probably in the stock market, in index funds. So we just recently, or the past couple of years, we got 401ks for our company. So we can offer that as a benefit to our employees and to ourselves. And in that, you can kind of like set where you want your money to go in like an aggressive way. Mm-hmm. And I've really discovered the paper asset market with my 401k and then with my taxable brokerage. And I just like put it into index funds and then set it and forget it. And then I won't touch it for years.
Yeah, that's fair. Same. Like I would say since real estate is so hands-on when it comes to other investments, I like things I can invest in and set it and forget it. And I like taking advantage of our company 401k, trying to max that out when I can. Right now, I'm not doing that, but I am.
Me either.
But I am still like putting money every month towards it. And I also have a Fidelity account and have money in mutual funds. And I have played with a few riskier stocks like crypto companies and stuff like that. But typically, yeah, I just am like, I'm not trying to, I don't want to like, I'm not trying to every day get on here and be like, because I mean, real estate's, as we know, it's like an investment, but it is not a passive investment.
Yes, we've made it like our whole lives, and it's definitely not passive. So and full transparency, like my allocation is like 89% real estate.
Same.
And then and then paper and other ways. So we've definitely prioritized, but I do think that we're both trying to diversify a bit in the paper world. So it's kind of fun. It's like a game.
Yeah, especially when yeah, I mean, I feel like we spent the last 6 years in buying property, and at this point it's like you got to save up a little bit to do that. Sometimes you need a lot more cash to do that, but $500 a month, you can throw it into a stock market, index funds, whatever. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What's your favorite unique feature you've seen in a property?
This is such a lame answer for me. Maybe I should have thought it through a little more, because there's definitely cooler features, but I recently saw a dog washing station and I really feel like I would use it, because every time I wash our dog, I throw her in the shower with me and I just hold her. But like sometimes I want to wash her when I'm not showering. Yes.
That's so funny. You just need a small one too. Can you just not use the sink?
We can, but like there's dishes in it, or like her gross. Paw gets stuck in the thing. We don't have, so I don't know. I just sounds like a luxury that I'm like, whoa, that's like stupid, but also I think I would use it. Like if it was like tucked away, or if it was like in your or like a laundry room with it, I would use it.
Yes. Use it. I've seen those in like newer builds, like like the laundry machines, and then the dog washing station.
Yeah,
I would absolutely use that. Charlie hates a bath so much. Okay, mine. I really want an ice machine, an ice maker, and I mean that's something that I could probably like put on my counter, but I want it like built in. So I want a bar. And I want my ice machine, and I want a little wine fridge. So basically like a bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
would be really nice.
But
no,
right.
But it just is, it would be like so nice to have. I don't really have space in our house for that. Like, I don't know where we'd put a bar, but I
know.
An ice
maker,
one
kind of. A coffee bar.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's Eric's chaotic area. Yeah, that's fair. We do have one, but it's not used as I would love it to be used.
Right. It's not like cocktail glasses and stuff.
No.
We have space. We will eventually do it when the times are less tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also really, this is so lame, but plugs in drawers. Because there's plugs, like all of our shit is plugged into places like on the counter. It just makes it look so bad. If you had a plug in a drawer, you just put your phone, plug it in, and close the drawer.
Ooh, that's such a good idea. I love that.
I need it.
I do too.
Once we win the lottery and get our better houses.
God, win the lottery. Wow. Yeah. I don't even know what I'd do. I was like, what would be the first thing? Apparently, okay, wait, this is what you're supposed to do. Did you know this? That if you win the lottery, you're supposed to, before you claim it, open a trust.
Oh.
And then you claim it with the trust, because you don't want people to know your name.
Oh, yeah. Love it. And also don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think there would be like a handful of people I could tell. I would not tell my family.
Yeah. Oh my God. I know. And like, yeah.
I would just be like, oh, we had like I would just like anonymously donate money to some, or like be like, oh, there's just like a package on your doorstep. Like I just couldn't, they
couldn't know. And then you'd have to like I think you'd have to just kind of keep on living your normal life for a little bit. Like, just going. Alan was like, wait, what do you think, we're going to go into the office? Like, yes. If
I know, what would we do? I think I would just be like, okay, Steph, I'm giving it $30 million to our business.
So we can hire a CEO and still hang out with everyone.
Like we'll still be there as like the fun leadership people.
Yes. We'll be there on Tuesday. It'll be so fun. Caviar.
That would be the first thing. We're throwing money at that business.
Oh, I know.
It'd be fun.
Oh, yes,
so fun.
It would be so fun. But alas, it's a 1 in 300 million chance.
We're not.
It's not good odds.
People are gonna be like, "Are you guys okay?" Like, talking about the lottery for like 30 minutes on your podcast.
I know. Seriously. Okay. What's the next one? What's your favorite house renovation story or transformation that you've been a part of?
I had to think about this because I was like, "Oh, the Florida house," because it was cool. That we did it, but I would say my first Austin house that I lived in, because I did it all on my own and I was so new at it. It was my second project ever, and my first project hiring out contractors. So it was like the first time I was living on my own. Like I was house hacking a room or two, but like it would be an Airbnb guest or something. So I was like living on my own. I just felt really independent and good about like the decision, like where the direction my life was taking. So
that's, I have this exact same, like the second house I bought on Gonzales. It was just like such a good deal. Even back then, I mean, maybe it felt a little expensive. But looking back, it was like such a good deal. We did so much of it on our own. We kind of like cut our teeth, my mom and I, on renovation. Mm-hmm. It was hard, and doing hard things is rewarding.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of the hardest times I feel like in the last 10 years, I'm like, but they also felt it like made me who I was.
Yeah, so. I know it's good to remember that now. Mm-hmm. And looking back on it, like now it's still like one of my favorite properties. It's so cute, and my mom lives there with her partner and her 2 dogs, and it's nice that it's still in the family and it's still like functioning, and what we did, like she's slowly improved it over the years, but like overall it's just such a good house. So,
yeah, it really is. It was a great purchase.
Great party house too.
Best party house. R.I.P. Okay, what's your favorite real estate reality TV show and why?
I think I know. God. Yes. Well, do you think you know mine?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Is it the realtor one? What is it called?
Oh my God, of course.
Selling
Sunset. Yes. I was gonna say Fixer Upper because like that was I watched Fixer Upper religiously before I bought that house, but like between when I got my offer accepted and when we closed, I felt like it was like productive. I was like, okay, this is what we have to do. But yes, Selling Sunset, if we're being honest, is the most entertaining and the best. And yeah, and R.I.P. Christine, like we really miss her. What's yours?
I was like, I used to watch like the House Hunter one, but it's funny now, like even I don't know if the Fixer Upper show you watched was like, now looking back, you're like, none of this is accurate.
Oh my God, no. I was like hit with such actual reality after I.
Right. So the one that I used to watch that doesn't exist anymore is Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
Oh my God, yes.
Ty Pennington, but yes. I heard it's coming back.
With Ty?
I don't know if it's with Ty, but
oh my God,
I hope so.
I have
actually,
such a crush
did
on
I
him.
like him? Okay. I was like, was he annoying or did we like him? Okay.
I think people really liked him. He was like the hot contractor.
And he was nice.
He was so nice. Move that bus. Yes.
Move that bus. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I loved that. And that was like real. That was real, like, I mean, everything was actually happening. Like, they just had like a huge team that they brought in, and I was so inspired by it, and it was so touching because they like chose a family that really needed it.
I know. I saw Austin Justice Coalition posted like, we're looking for people to be on that show, and I was like, what, is it coming back? So I think they're coming to Austin.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. I will go and I will watch. You know how they have like all the people there to like see the reveal?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I would definitely go. They're probably all paid actors, or not paid, probably unpaid actors.
Unpaid actors, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all on strike now, so maybe we'll have a chance.
The unpaid actors are on strike.
The unpaid actors. We demand just continue to be unpaid.
Oh yeah, this is not a real. Okay, these are now the not real estate questions.
Okay.
We only have a few more, y'all. Bear with it.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite restaurant in Austin.
Okay, so I've recently been doing things like this just because I want to enjoy Austin more, but I think it has to be Justine's.
That was mine.
Is that what you were going to say? Oh,
no, but you.
I mean, it's just the ambiance is unmatched.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, however, when we really want like a fancy dinner, we're gonna go to Uchi.
Oh yeah,
because it's so good, and it's just like every bite is delicious. It's so expensive, so we just like reserve it for really special occasions. But Justine's is like a more casual one. It's still fancy, but
that's so true. Those are. I mean, are there better restaurants in Austin? Honestly, I'm sorry, there's not. I do think it's Justine's because of the atmosphere. It's the sexiest restaurant in Austin.
Absolutely.
Like, is there no, there's not.
No.
And it's me and Eric's favorite date night. We'll like go to the bar and just get like a French 75 escargot and French or a steak frites. I'm like, this is all I need in life.
And everybody that they hire somehow is like the hippest person you've ever seen.
Yeah.
They're all like somewhat rude, and it's like so amazing in a good way.
I feel like the hostess is like that, and then the bartenders are so chill. They're so nice.
Okay, good. And then just like the garden, and like they have that little mirror room in the back. It's just so good. So if you want a sexy date, Justine's is it.
Yeah. Okay, favorite thing to do in Austin.
Favorite thing to do. So I've recently been going, I mean, it's summer, it's so hot. It's really hard to appreciate Austin right now because you can do so few things, because so many things are like outside and on a patio. But I love going to Barton Springs. It's just the best. It's crazy because it is like one of the top things that tourists do, but it never feels too packed.
Oh,
like,
okay.
The parking can be a little bit tricky, but if you're riding your bike, if you can get a car there, it's just such a lovely place to go.
That's true. Like, it's so big that you can always get a spot.
Yes.
That's true. I feel like I'm like so team Deep Eddy pool versus Barton, that I haven't been to Barton in so long.
Oh, you should go. Deep Eddy is so lovely too, but I heard that recently the water was kind of green.
It was. I went there last weekend, and I was like, my friend Kendall had never been, and I was like, I'm embarrassed because this is not how it usually is. Right. But it was a little murky. But so I would say for me, Deep Eddy pool, and then you walk to Pool Burger after, and you get a burger and a tiki drink, and it's like the best day. You're like, how you just like swim in freezing cold water. I don't swim in it. I just put my legs in it.
Yeah. But it is so refreshing. It's like the only thing you can do outside that isn't so awful. And there's so much shade. There's grass you can lay on. It's so nice. And then Pool Burger, genius. I'm so happy they did that. And then if you want to like round out the night, you can go to Barton Springs Saloon, which is like a little dive bar. And
you mean Deep Eddy? Cabaret?
Sorry, that is exactly what I meant. Deep Eddy Cabaret. We went to Barton Springs Saloon after Barton Springs, so there's lots of things you can do. There's drinking. Austin's a drinking town.
It really is. Yeah, it truly is. I remember moving here, and it was like a Tuesday. I was like 23, and everyone was just like drinking, like outside, like at a bar, and I was like, it's 2:00. What are people doing out and about?
Also, no one has jobs here, so
Yeah.
it's a drinking town with no jobs or flexible jobs.
Yeah, flexible jobs or like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, anyway, okay. This is a totally random, out of left field one. I don't know how this landed on the list, actually. Favorite bad movie.
Okay, you should go first on this one.
Okay. Well, I would say, oh yeah, okay. Mine are either Something's Gotta Give.
Oh my God.
With Diane Keaton, love her. Or actually, this is probably truly the worst one, but I love this movie so much, is The Wedding Date with Deborah Messing and that other dude.
Yeah. Who was that? Who's the dude? The Wedding Date. I've seen that on Netflix recently. Or
He's
something.
in my best friend's wedding.
Yes,
Wow.
he loves a
All
wedding
these
movie.
But
Yes.
I love that movie so much.
It's Deborah Messing and his name is,
I don't know how to say it.
it's what do you see it?
No,
What's
but
his name? Oh yeah, Dermot Mulroney. Dermot Mulroney is his name, which is I've always, and he looks like Dylan McDermott, and his name is Dermot Mulroney. Do you know Dylan McDermott?
Who is that? I thought they were the same person.
I know. So Dermot Mulroney and then Dylan McDermott. It's like the
Dylan McDermott?
Yes, he's the guy from what's it called? The Practice.
No, I don't know. No.
Look him up. Look him up.
I will.
You'll notice him. Anyway, he's on Law and Order. Anyway, this is a huge tangent.
Oh, wait. He looks like him? Wait. No, he doesn't look like him.
Maybe they're just like both white guys who have brown hair and their names sound exactly the same, but they're different in some way.
Anyway, that's the best. I told Eric that was one of my favorite movies, and he was like, this? And I was like, it's good.
I know. I mean, there's some really bad rom-coms, and mine is probably 10 Things I Hate About You, which I watched.
But that's a
I made Alan. It is a classic, but it's not 10 Things I Hate About You. I'm sorry. I always do this. 10 Things I Hate About You is a solidly good movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Never
I was
say
like,
that. I'm saying How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Wait, no, I love that movie.
That's so good.
It is a good movie.
We just watched it though, and Alan was like, "This is a bad movie." I was like, "No, it's so good." So
that used to be my favorite movie when I was
good.
in high school.
Kate Hudson in that yellow dress.
Wait. Now I'm getting confused.
Okay.
10 Things I Hate About You is with
Heath Ledger. Yes, and that is a great movie.
He said, "Wait, which one's your bad movie then?"
The How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Okay, because in the beginning you did say How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and you said that's a good movie. I'm very confused.
Okay, 10 Things I Hate About You is a great movie. That's with Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, and some other people. Oh, and
wait, am I going crazy? Did you say that? I don't know.
The first thing I said was that one, and I said that was bad, and then I was like, no, wait, I'm sorry, that's good. It's because they both have 10 in their title.
Okay. I'm still confused, but it's okay. Okay, so which one did Alan say is a bad movie?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is bad, but it's good.
Yeah, but it's good. Yeah,
but
exactly.
10 Things I Hate About You, that is a good movie.
That is a
and
good
I hope
movie.
Alan agrees.
No, he agrees.
Okay. That was my favorite movie for a while. I love
It's so
that
good.
movie.
That scene where he's like asking her out on the bleachers.
So good.
It's so good. I know. R.I.P. Heath Ledger. Like, actually,
I loved him.
I know.
Yeah.
What a loss.
Okay, and that's how we ended it.
Wow. All right, that was really fun. Hopefully everybody liked it. Good idea. And yeah, our workshop is coming up. If you're ready to go, we could just always book a call. And then if you're in the Women Investor meetup or you'd like to, or Women Investor group, we have a meetup coming up on the 19th at the Lake House. Ooh, I think it's sold out.
It's sold out.
Okay.
But we do these every month. We are skipping events for September. No. Yes. We're skipping our community meetup for August because in September, you all have to come. We're doing a big office reveal party. We're going to have a petting zoo, a band, food, drinks. I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun. Yeah.
We go throw a good party, and now that we
really
have
do.
Gracie on it, it's like she's already working so hard. It's gonna be really fun.
She loves it. She's like, this is my favorite part of my job. It's like, I wish we could just host parties all the time.
I know. Seriously. God. All right. Well, good. That was fun. We'll see everybody next week.
Yeah. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Bye.
Bye.